got here today?
Hi, I'm Lana, and we got a deck profile that a lot of people at Locals were requesting me do. I made Lunalight Spiral.
Okay.
Lunalight Spiral, and we use it. And we were using this on Sunday, or I was going to use it on Sunday. I judged Sunday. I let my friend Gavin use it, and with little to no preparation, he was able to get the top two of Locals and split it real easy.
Yeah.
So to start off, let's go down the line on the monsters. So we got 3 Kaleido Chick, 2 Yellow Martin, 3 Tiger. I don't play Emerald Bird because I really just don't have the room to be able to utilize those cards.
Okay.
And then with like this combination of cards, you'll see later with the spells, you'll be able to see the cohesion that I was kind of thinking of using. I have Armageddon Knight as a Rota target. I only have 2 Rota targets in the deck, but Armageddon Knight's able to extend the play similar to how Kaleido Chick does, and I can even send Yellow Martin if I open Tiger to be able to search one of the traps, or search the trap, and then I can continue going. But another target for him is Zephyros. This is also searchable with Force Strix if you've seen in other Lunalight builds.
Yep.
For the Spyral stuff, I run the DD Crow because it's one of the cards I can search the Lyralusk, and I'm able to extend my play and get a DD Crow off for free.
Yep.
I only run 1 instead of 2 like some of the people in my Locals because I just don't have the room. I'm really like tight fixing it, and I refuse to go above 40. For the Spyral engine, I have 1 Quick Fix, 1 Sleeper, 1 Drones, 2 Master Plan, 1 Super Agent, 1 Last Resort. So I run 2 Master Plans so I don't brick myself on the last card in the monsters.
Yep.
Quick Fix, good card. Drones, good card. The reason there's limited to 1. Sleeper, you don't want to open more than 1, obviously, and you don't really have a way to summon more than 1. Super Agent's a really good card to extend with. It's a level 4 and it's a Rota target, and then Last Resort, obviously, to help with the Sleeper.
Yep.
3 Magician Souls, shocker, I know.
Yeah, shocker.
Yeah, real weird, really crazy that I'm running Magician Souls, right? So, the thing with Magician Souls in this as well is that Tenki, which is the next card coming up, and all of the Lunalight cards are also targets to send for Magician Souls, so there's a lot of utility that you can use with him.
Yep.
Basically a fast Appaloosa, and it's very, very, very unbreakable, so to speak. So spells, I've got 3 Tenki, 2 Perfume, 2 Goods. Before we continue, obviously the Tenkis are for the Lunalights, and then the Perfumes. So I only run 2 Perfumes instead of 3 Perfumes because I like to. Well, for one, I only have 2 super rares, and I also have goods to be able to get it. So I'm thinking if I brought anything up to 3, I would bring up goods before I brought up perfume. But the problem with that thought process is that Kaleido Perfume is basically 2-card Curious, and probably even able to go into more things like Appaloosa afterwards. And Curious, once you have Curious out, like it sucks if they rock you for them, because you still have extenders and if you didn't go, like if you open Goods Perfume, then you're able to go into Serenade Dance, and then Serenade Dance, and you still have your normal summon after they rock you. So it's really good. 1 for 1. So 1 for 1 I think has a little bit more utility in this version because you're able to use Armageddon Knight. If you open Armageddon Knight 1 for 1, you're able to go Armageddon Knight into Zephyros, and then if you have another monster, any other monster, you can dump it for 1 for 1 to summon Magician Souls and bounce for Zephyros, and then continue extending as if you had the full Lunalight combo. Big Red because it's a good card. Rhoda, as I've talked about. Foolish Burial I was thinking of cutting for a little while, but I changed my mind when I thought about that Zephyros play. Monster Reborn's an extender. Terraforming, even though you don't want to add the resort, there are situations where you Nightmare Unicorn back the resort, and then you're able to extend into your plays. And Resort because you need to search it, and it's a good card. Obviously, it's a 1. For the Spyral spells and traps, I run 1 Assault, 3 Rescue, and then I run 1 Serenade Dance because if you run more than 1 Serenade Dance, it's just going to screw you. I was thinking of running 2, and then I was like, no, absolutely not.
Okay, so that's the whole main deck.
So the extra deck, I'm running my rank. So my Xyz monsters are Force Strix, Dweller, Dugares as my rank 4s. I was running Exciton Knight for a little while, but it got really, really, really tight, and I might switch Exciton Knight from this because I think my boards can already overcome a lot of things that do graveyard effects, and I don't really need Dweller. It's not like I'm playing Salad. So I run the Recital Starling because it recycles Quick Fix. For my Link monsters, which is the rest. I run Appaloosa, it's a necessity. I run Curious, I run Nightmare Griffin. I run Nightmare Griffin because it's a nice thing you can put into the Spyral, the Tri-Gate board, and people just end up losing. And when you see my side deck, I'll explain it a little bit more. Trigate, obviously. Nightmare Unicorn, as I've explained. Nightmare Phoenix is good. Barricade Board Blocker is good because it helps you dump stuff. Nightmare Cerberus is good. You need the double helix, obviously. I only run one double helix because, again, the extra deck's super tight.
Yep.
I run Link Karibo because then I'm able to make a different name with Dark to make Curious, and same thing with IP Masquerena.
Okay.
IP Masquerena is also good for like weird side plays if I want to be able to do stuff on my opponent's turn, like
Yeah.
Nightmare Phoenix something of theirs or Nightmare Unicorn something of theirs, and then complete the Trigate. For the side deck, I run Red Reboot. I run Imperial Order. Imperial Order is a nice, it's a nice Nightmare Griffin target. I'll go into some of the other stuff in a second, but I run 3 Dark Ruler No More because Dark Ruler No More is just a really good card. I run 2 Twin Twisters because back row. I run 3 Droll and Lockbird. There's a lot of situations where they're really good. I only run 2 Rock because I run at my locals we have a player. If you haven't heard of him, his name's Jeffrey Leonard.
Yeah, young Jeff.
He's a really good Mystic Mind player. So I'm playing at locals. I'm not playing at a high level. So I'm playing cards that are still viable in my side deck right now. If these weren't in my side deck, I'd be running 3 Called by the Grave because going second kind of sucks, and going first kind of sucks as well. Like both of them suck, but like in different ways. But Called by the Grave is really good to help in situations in which you side in and go first, and then your opponent sided in Drolls, and then you just win.
Yeah.
I run Paleozoic Dynamiscus currently.
Dynamiscus, alright.
It gets rid of Mystic Mind. I run Cosmic Cyclone because I'm running one of each of these cards because I don't like being Prohibition. and then, so if I don't want to be Prohibition, I can put these in and then I can just obliterate him. And then I run Galaxy Cyclone. Galaxy Cyclone's the best card against Mystic Mind.
Yeah.
Period. There's no exception. Like Twin Twister is good, but every single Mystic Mind player is going to prohibit Twin Twister before anything else.
That's 100%.
So take that, Jeff. Watch the deck profile, study it, and if you want to try and beat me, I'll change these 3 cards next week.
Yeah, Jeff did get waxed on Sunday.
Yeah. In fact, when Gavin was playing against Jeff, he opened 2 cards in the Jeff side and absolutely eviscerated him. And also, if you go first against Jeff and you sided, then you're going to Curious the Imperial Order and do a floppy Nightmare Griffin play. If you don't get the Trigate, you don't get the Trigate. You got Imperial Order. Jeff's going to game 3. So that's about it for the deck profile. The reason I play this build is because Gavin himself actually showed me this build without Magician Souls, but once I started getting Magician Souls, I started to see how I could make it more cohesive. So I started to change a couple things around, and then I found like small combos that the other decks can't do that I like, and I like Free Flow Yu-Gi-Oh! Because I don't, and like that's one of the reasons that I really wanted to leave the game for a while was because Free Flow Yu-Gi-Oh! Was dead. Basically, everyone was doing you had one line of play, and that was your only line of play. And in this deck, there's a couple ways that you can get to that line of play, but they're all completely different ways, and I like that kind of Yu-Gi-Oh!
You have a lot of different starting combo cards in there.
Yeah. So, and I don't brick as often as I feel I probably should. So it feels really comfortable. But when you brick, it's really hard to unbrick it sometimes, unless you can make like Barricade Board Blockers. Sometimes being able to make a card like that is able to fix your entire board.
But we've been seeing this work at locals. Like it's been working pretty consistently for the past couple times.
Yeah, like I don't feel like I've had any super big problems. When I only had 2 Magician Souls for a little while, that was a little rough. But once I got the 3rd one, the deck immediately just fixed itself.
Yeah.
And so since then, I've just been playing this that way, and I'm probably going to take this as far as I can before the ban list smacks Master Planner Quick Fix.
All right, well, cool. That was Lunalight Spyrals. Thank you.
Yeah.
Let me know if you guys want to see anything else about this deck. If you want combos, maybe we can make another video some other time. But other than that, appreciate it. Nice deck. Hopefully it keeps going.
You guys have a good one.